Hey guys, once again, Pharrell Williams here, Artist Talk. I'm sitting here with the incredible Usher Raymond, good friend of mine, talent extraordinaire, jack of many trades.
Bobby Brown or either Michael Jackson, that's what I want to do. They were like, yeah, sure, kid, whatever. I said, no, that's what I'm gonna do.
Now, at a young age, you're thinking like this.
Yeah, if I would have come out as a kid artist, I probably would have ended up kind of lost in the kid thing. But he put me with Puff in a time when, Puff was hot.
You blew him away.
Blew him away instantly. There were many people who passed up on Justin.
A great love song is a great love song.
They ain't listening to love songs, though, dog. I mean, and that's why it's so important for us to continue to keep R&B ballads alive.
Oops. Usher became a household name when he was just 14 years old. Over the past 19 years, he has sold over 65 million albums worldwide. In addition to his reputation as one of the time's greatest performers, he is also an accomplished producer and mentor to young artists. Welcome to Artist Talk.
Well, yeah. Well, now they get a chance to see what we talk about.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you were singing in the church choir at 9, and you started professionally by the time you were 11. Did you feel like you had enough time and experience to be a singer before it all became a job?
Well, I mean, if you go through history, I think that the church is kind of significant to everybody's start. I mean, in some way, rather it's just the soulful essence of it and the runs that we used to enjoy listening to from, Clark Sisters or, BB and CC Winan or Daryl Coley or whatever it may be, you know what I mean, in earlier times. My mother, she was really the influence more than anybody because she sang in the choir. So while I'm listening to quote unquote secular music and just enjoying it, I'm like, okay, well, I need an outlet because I like singing, and dancing and singing is a part of what we do on a day-to-day basis. If we're not on a piece of linoleum or, on a street corner battling each other, running, you know what I mean, that there really was no outlet. I start telling people, like, I'm gonna be somebody. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I'm gonna be a star one day. You see what that man's doing on television? Was Bobby Brown or either Michael Jackson? That's what I wanna do. They were like, yeah, sure, kid, whatever. I said, no, that's what I'm gonna do. So church was a place where you were able to kind of, really get off and enjoy it. It was almost like a culture in a way. So that kind of got me accustomed to being in front of at least an audience in a way. Mm-hmm. After that, I wanted to enter talent shows.
So who really discovered you? Was it Jermaine Dupri, L.A. Reid, or Star Search?
My mother discovered me, dude.
Okay, okay.
She was the first person to notice my talent, and
It was Janetta.
It was Janetta Patton. It was J-Pat. So after she recognized my talent, any outlet that was possible, she gave it to me. So there was this group in Chattanooga, Tennessee that I was a part of, and it gave me an opportunity to do a record for the first time and actually go state to state and just kind of, do something with teenagers, right? It wasn't until I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, that I applied for Star Search, won. Well, I was selected and then went to do it, but also I was still in talent shows in Atlanta until I was recognized by Reid. I mean, I was making noise, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. It's Usher, baby.
Yeah.
Even then.
I love it, man.
No, but,
Showtime. Yes, sir.
And, I was destined, you know what I mean, for something. I wanted to make it, and I knew that Atlanta was the place to make it happen. L.A. Reid and Babyface had just started their label. Boyz II Men's End of the Road was like the biggest record of life at the time, and that was my hit record to sing. That's when I met Reid. Introduced me to L.A., brought me into his office, had me sing for a couple of his employees, and on the spot wanted to sign me. I blew him away.
You blew him away?
Blew him away, instantly. I'm singing to him, and I'm into my thing, and I got my eyes closed, and we belong together, and that. I'm singing this thing, and he's like...
That's what you sang?
Yeah.
That's the first song you sang?
That's the first song I sang to him.
Okay, so let's make sure everyone knows what song it is.
End of the Road, Boyz II Men is what I sang for L.A. Reid.
And you were how old?
I was 13 years old.
Okay.
13 years old.
Okay.
And he stopped me and said, wait a minute. would you be comfortable if I bring some people in here? I said, well, you bring whoever you want in here. So he brought a few of his female employees in, and he set them up. And I'm realizing, oh, he thinks I'm afraid of women. All right, cool, let me get it. So he put the record back on, and I instantly go over, and I'm like connecting with the girls, and I go down on one knee, and I'm serenading the woman, and they're like, you know, all giggling and stuff. So he realized, oh wow, he gets performance. By the way, LA's never seen me perform, doesn't know what I do.
It's the first time seeing you.
I won him right there. That was it.
Wow. Okay, so now 1994, Can You Get With It?
Yeah, it was a derailment. I lost my voice. So the one disadvantage in having young artists is they're gonna go through some tumultuous things that they don't have any control over.
Right.
One, my voice is changing. So yeah, so naturally I'm in a higher register. I'm like an alto now.
But that song was so dope.
What happened was, after I was signed, LA really wanted me to get what he called flavor camp. He wanted to send me to flavor camp. So he, introduces Puffy to the scene. The world now knows who Puffy is, and I met Puff, and he said, all right, cool, I'm gonna have him come and stay with you in New York. You guys work on an album, and then I ended up crossing, Devontae, and also Timbaland, and Biggie, and Craig Mack, and all of them in that time.
Okay, so then we're gonna speed up to 3 years later, 1997.
Yeah.
Your first big hit.
First big hit.
How did that feel?
I mean, it felt good to finally, have a hit record. I'm like, man, I'm thankful that Reid didn't have a change of heart, and he really was dedicated to the world being able to see the artist that I was. He just knew that there was always a little something missing, whether it was a hit record or really the ability to make that connection. If I would have come out as a kid artist, I probably would have ended up kind of lost in the kid thing and then had to figure out a way to make that transition. But he put me with Puff in a time when, Puff was hot, and Puff didn't have a solo young artist. So, he introduced me to an older demographic, but also kids could listen to it as well. Now, Can You Get With It? I don't know how good that messaging was, but I think it definitely opened up the conversation for the sex symbol that, they wanted me to eventually, evolve into. It is a magnetic force that pulls people in.
A great love song is a great love song.
They ain't listening to love songs though, dog.
No.
They trying to see that shit drop, pop, drop it, drop it. They want to be a part of the movement, you know what I'm saying? How could I really learn a lesson if I regretted anything? I came up with this phrase, evolve or evaporate. It really does apply to life. To be able to perform a record, to be able to sell a record through performance, dance, vocally, and the passion of what it is, I think that that's what continues to keep people connected